Hey T Squad, it's me Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Belle Collective Season 5 Episode 3 review. Remember that the OWN network shows I cannot do live reaction videos to. As of right now, I can only do live reaction videos to the Housewives, okay? But all of this week's episodes of the Housewives and my live reactions are up right now on my Patreon if you want to watch along with me, as well as this week's episode of Baddies Midwest. Join me over on Patreon. The link is down below in the description box. I'm going to bring back a new segment to my review videos where I highlight some of my favorite comments from the comment section. So on last week Belle Collective review video, we had T Squad member Ms. AKA 1908 said, Keisha, I am getting my hair braided. You have my braider cracking up. I hope I don't have crooked parts. Shout out to you and your braider. Hopefully your braids came out straight. I'm so happy that you liked my commentary, and thank you so much for the support. But let's get into this week's episode recap of Belle Collective. So we pick up where we left off last week with Tisha crying like an idiot. And I'm like, girl, you can't be outside crying and sweating at the same time, because we can't differentiate which is the tears and which is the sweat, because you look hot with that wig on, child, and you just look stuffy. Just stop it, because like literally, what are you crying for? And she up here begging and pleading with Latrice to be cool with Marie. And Marie just looking like, girl, how many times are you going to try to make fetch happen? It's not going to happen. We will never get along. We will never like each other. And at this point, with everything that between them that has been said and done, that is just something that will not happen. Only thing that's going to happen is, at this point, keep it like it is, where they have no interaction with each other, or one of them gonna have to leave the show. That's literally it. And that's up to Carlos at this point. I don't think that it will be a point where they will be able to get along and kiki with each other, just even for surface level reasons. You know, I don't see that happening. Even if Carlos sit them down and be like, y'all gonna have to get it together and put y'all differences aside, I don't see it happening. I really honestly don't see it happening unless they have some type of come to Jesus moment. Latrice and Marie are not budging. They're just simply not. Marie meets up with her cousin Nettie. We get to meet cousin Nettie, child, who we find out worked for her for 14 years at Hamilton and Davis, but I guess recently quit for whatever reason, I don't know. So they sit down to talk, and Nettie was like, you know, what's going on between me and you? She says the resentment for her comes from me feeling like you feel like you're better than me. If you didn't hear what I said, Nettie, the cousin, says, the resentment comes from me feeling like you feel like you're better than me. So these are all things that you feel with no real honest validity to it. It's just a feeling. Got it. Sounds more like a you thing and not a Marie thing. Then she says they kids don't have a relationship with each other, and it's Marie's fault because Marie works all the time and doesn't spend enough time with their family. It sounded a lot like to me that Nettie just wants to have a problem with Marie, because if Marie didn't work the way that she does, you wouldn't even had the job that you had for 14 years. And just because Marie works a lot, How hard is it for you to pick up the phone and be like, hey, let's get the kids together while you at work? I'll come get your daughter or whatever so they can kick it and spend time. Or you can drop her off over here or whatever. Like, what? Then she says, you got the opportunity and you took it and you overlooked all of us. And Marie was like, what? Are you serious? And she says, yeah, you gave us jobs, but we bust our A's for everything you did for us, Marie. You didn't hand us anything. You tongue-tied. What the do you mean I didn't hand you anything? And yeah, I gave you a job, but you ungrateful. Girl, I don't understand how Marie sat there and had that conversation with her, because as soon that first thing would have set me off and I would have had to leave, because you sound insane. You are ungrateful. Really, honestly, truly, really, and ain't gonna tell me some you overlooked us once you got on. How did she overlook y'all when she gave y'all job opportunities that you had for over a decade? Make it make sense. Y'all sound crazy. Y'all are all jealous of Marie because Marie has made something of herself. She looks good. She be putting that on, you know what I'm saying? She out here handling her business. She's on a reality show. She's a multi-millionaire and everything. And y'all feel inferior to her because you all have not reached a level in life that makes you feel good about yourself. You all are in competition with Marie. Y'all look at her when she come through with the nice outfits on, makeup done, hair done, and look at her like, she thinks she all that. I've had family members do that to me sometimes on holidays and stuff. Oh, here come Hollywood. Why? How am I Hollywood? Just because I like to look nice when I step outside? Like, because I have a nice job that pays me well? Like, I don't come across, highfalutin or snooty or obnoxious or treat people like they're below than me. Like, what? That's a you issue. A very much you issue. And Marie had to remind her, girl, I gave you a job. You went from being a dancer for working for me for 14 years. Oh, when she said that, the cousin told her, oh, no, we not going to go there because I was in school. Okay, you was in school, but you was still a dancer. Girl, I would have been like, if you don't get the out of my face, Nettie, I'm not going to sit up here and have no conversation with a chick named Nettie. Named after Nettie from The Color Purple. Like, absolutely not. Okay. So then Marie asks, how many times have any of them come over to give her a drink of water when she has been sick with lupus? This heifer had the nerve to say none. Because you prefer us not to be there. That's how you want it. I would have told that bitch, okay, you show right. I do think I'm better than you. I have overlooked you. I ain't did nothing for you. I haven't handed you anything. I do prefer you all not to care about my illness. You're right. So moving forward, you do you, I'll do me, and we don't have to have any type of communication or relationship with each other since that's how you feel. Because the work stuff was already, for me, a stab in the chest, but the none was, for me, a stab in the throat, the eye, the heart, the back, and everything else. Because what are you talking about? This is somebody that is going through an illness that's a debilitating illness. And you so worried about how somebody feel like they better than you, but you don't even come and check on her when she's sick. You don't give a damn about her. You only care about what she can do for you in the moment. Girl, would have told that ugly ass bitch, girl, fuck you. Fuck you and your crusty ass lip. Marie offers to bring her back to Hamilton and Davis, I guess because she needs financial help ever since she left. And the cousin was like, no, if I got to come back and work there, I don't want it. And she was like, what, you just want me to give it to you? And she was like, I would rather work for it, but if it means for me coming back there, no, I don't want to. Okay, well, bitch, good luck, Chuck. That's what I would have told her. And so Marie says, okay, if you want to move forward and work on our relationship, I'm having a grand opening for my latest methadone clinic. Be there. The cousin was like, okay, I'm going to be there. Girl, Marie better than me because I would have cussed that bitch out. So then we see Selena and the girls shopping for Star's baby shower. She is having another child. This time it is a little girl. We got to see her son who looks just like JJ. Oh my God. She might not be talking to her daddy right now, but baby, she looking at him every day because that little boy looked just like his grandpa. And Selena asks her, did they invite JJ? And she was like, yeah, we invited him, but we don't know if he's coming. Then we switch over to JJ and Gucci, who were talking to Akeisha about the situation. And JJ clarifies that basically he don't want to be bothered with Selena. This has nothing to do with his daughters, but he don't want to have anything to do with Selena because he says that, she tried to tarnish his name and this, that, and the third, which I can understand. Our kids are grown. Me and you don't have to have a relationship with each other. My main concern is my relationship with my daughters. So I can get, not having anything to do with Selena and vice versa. I can see Selena not having anything to do with Gucci and him. Y'all don't have to be around each other, talk to each other, anything like that, because these girls are grown women having babies and everything else. The main concern is y'all having relationships with your girls at this point. So then we see Glen talk to his cousin about quitting the tugboat business, child. He tired of being on the Mississippi River. He want to be at home more. And he says that he wants to start his own business and be an entrepreneur. But that when he discussed it with Tisha, she wasn't really feeling that or whatever. And he was taken aback because he thought that she would want him to be home more. But she was looking like, Bernie, I think if he had a actual plan to show her, she would have felt differently. But just saying, hey, I want to quit my job is like, no, like, can you give me a blueprint of what you're gonna do? Then we see Marie at the office crying. She's boohoo crying, and we find out it's because Essie just dropped the bomb on her. Essie is her best friend, and she told Marie that she has to get on the list for a lung transplant due to her lupus, because more than half of her lungs aren't functioning. And this is why the illness part with Marie and her cousins would have been the nail in the coffin for me, because lupus is a life debilitating disease that can take you at any moment. And for you to be so callous to be like, none. Okay. You ain't got to worry about me. When you need a job, it would always be none. Girl, I would throw that none up in her face every time, because that was some nasty work right there. Marie, of course, is very upset because this is her best friend. Essie is like a sister to her. They're business partners. They do everything together. And then I know it has to be scary for her because they both suffer from the same disease. And, like she says to Essie, I can't do this without you. Like, she was just boohoo crying. And Essie was like, well, I'm here. I'm right now. I'm okay. I just got to get on this list and everything. And I just felt so bad for Essie. I really honestly felt horrible for her. And I'm praying that she gets a match, or she's able to get on the list and, get somebody that will be able to donate their lungs or something to her, and that she will be okay. I'm praying in Jesus' name. Then Tisha stops by the office and she notices that something is going on with them, and they tell her what's going on, and she felt bad or whatever about it and gave encouraging words. But Marie asks her, what were the tears about at the park? Was it more for you, or for the situation? Because I'm confused. Because basically what she was trying to tell her is that I've said to you on numerous occasions, it's not going to happen with me and Latrice. So stop trying to force this. Like at this point, it's either you put on a show or you're doing this more for you. But like, stop. And I would feel some type of way too. Like, girl, I have told you. If you want to be a dummy and be friends with her, you go right ahead. But leave me out of it. Okay? And I don't blame Marie for feeling some type of way. And we've seen this before in this triangle where it's like Tisha sides more with Latrice than Marie. And tries to make Marie look like she's the bad guy in the situation because she won't budge. Even though Latrice is saying the same exact thing. It's weird with Tisha. And honestly, truly, and I've said this 50 million times, I don't understand how Marie is friends with Tisha. Tisha fake as hell to me. I'm sorry. So Gucci is at the crib exercising with a close friend of hers who asks about Mississippi Beyonce. Talking about Selena. Child, I holler. Let me just say something. I don't know who do Selena makeup, but please find somebody else because her makeup be looking like claymation number 2. It's way too light. It's way too matte and dry. It look like she do her own makeup. The eyebrows don't be right. She be looking like Michael Jackson in the face, and Selena is too pretty for that. So the friend tells Gucci that she needs to be the bigger person in the situation. And Gucci is like, I hear what you're saying, but my main concern is JJ building a relationship with his daughters. That's the main thing. And I agree. 1000%. I will deal with the Selena situation later. They're now on the same show, so they're going to have to be around each other. So they're going to have to come to some type of a conclusion. But right now, that wouldn't be my main thing that I'm worried about. So she also goes on to tell her friend that her daughter D is going through some mental health issues. She went through a really bad breakup and she was in a really depressive state. She still is. And she says how she has to call her several times throughout the day to just check on her. It seems like, you know, she was going through it real bad. So not only is she dealing with the court situation with Selena, all of her jobs, helping JJ with his business, the girls not speaking to their dad, the girls not having a relationship with her, not liking her, her daughter struggling with depression, then dealing with everything with this reality show. She herself is going through a lot. And she was like, you know, I'm always trying to be there for everybody else, but who is really there to check on me? And she kind of breaks down a little bit, and her friend was there for her and gave her a hug and, you know, told her, you know, she's there for her. And I felt for Gucci in that moment because I'm that person where I'm the strong friend that, you know, looks out for everybody in my family. And it's just like, who really calls and be like, hey, are you good? What's going on with you? You know, even though, like I've said, I don't have any personal issues. My issues is everybody else around me. Jesus. So it's the day of Marie's grand opening, and Tisha and Gucci ride down to the event with her. I loved Marie in that white outfit with those pearls. She looked beautiful, beautiful. On the way there, Marie tells the girls that she does not believe her cousins will show up, and they did not. Which once again is a kick in the face. And bitch, you can't say shit to me. You can't say shit to me, ho. Fuck you. So we get to meet Marie's dad, who looked like he is around her age. Like, the daddy looks great. I was shocked that was her father. We also got to meet her brother Tang. Don't know where that name came from, but he is the Jolly Green Giant. Like, he gotta be at least 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" or something. That man was a giant, okay? And her father just goes on to talk about how proud of Marie he is and everything. And it was a really sweet, beautiful moment. And I was very happy for Marie. Then at the end of the episode, Tisha takes Glen to see some land for a home that she wants to build. It's a really good price on it and everything. She wants to move forward. But he is like, I don't think right now is the right time to be purchasing any land right now. It's not a really good idea. And she was like, why? But before we even get into that, I've planned a girls trip to New Orleans because she has a brunch or something or a speaking engagement there, and she wants the guys to come along with the girls. So we're gonna have the cast go on a trip to New Orleans together. I think, is this the first cast trip on Belle Collective? I think so. I don't think the girls have ever gone anywhere together. Yeah, I don't think they ever have. So this is going to be very interesting. But she goes back to why he doesn't feel like this is a good time to be purchasing land. And he tells her because he's quit his job. And she like, what you say to me? Huh? And then the episode goes off, child. This was a really good episode of Belle Collective. I'm going to give this week's episode a B+. It was very entertaining. Looks like next week episode is when it's about to go down. Dr. Antoinette will be making her appearance with all the other ladies, child. Ooh. Glen will find out that Tisha needs further work and x-rays and tests done on her boobs because they saw something in one of her breasts or whatever. So it's going to be a very good episode next week. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode down below in the comment section. And if you didn't get a chance to check out my 25 questions about me video, it is up right now. Make sure you tune into that. It was so good. You guys will learn a lot more about me that you did not know. So check that video out as well. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.